This is an Apple IIc, Apple's adorable and often forgotten first truly portable computer from 1984. Today, we're showing this one the respect it deserves, and like a beloved hermit crab, giving it a fancy new shell. So stay tuned. And if you enjoy going to great lengths to hot rod really old computers, I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel. The Apple IIc came out in 1984, around the same time as the original Macintosh. This was intended as a portable version of the widely popular Apple IIe. It has a handle. What it doesn't have is a built-in battery or any built-in display, though there was a mediocre LCD that was sold separately. The other thing it didn't have was sales. A full-fledged Apple IIe wasn't much more expensive than a IIc, and it came with 7 glorious expansion slots. The poor IIc was basically not expandable. Although, that's actually not the full story. Technically, the IIc did have expansion. Internal slots with all the most popular Apple II cards already built in. Instead of buying an Apple IIe and then also buying an 80-column text card, 2 Super Serial cards, a mouse card, a Disc 2 controller, this thing already has them built in. And that makes it a heck of a value compared to buying this guy and all of the cards separately. I don't think the IIc deserved its fate, canceled 3 years before the IIe that it should have replaced. And today, a IIc is a great thing to have. It can play almost all of your favorite Apple II games and software, all in an easy to use and easy to store form factor. This has all the ports you'll need built in, and a built-in floppy drive. So let's disassemble this thing, and then we'll take a look at this brand new injection molded Apple IIc case, which may not be exactly what you expect. Now, unfortunately, the speaker here is melted into place, so there isn't really a glamorous way of removing it. People always ask me where I get these cool electronic screwdrivers. They're Fanttik E1s, and conveniently, they're also the sponsor of today's video. I've been using this particular Fanttik E1 for years, long before they sponsored a video. And here's the Fanttik E1 Max that they sent me recently. You don't mess with a good design. Fanttik E1 Max is a 3.7 volt mini electric precision screwdriver with a high torque of 0.2 Newton meter and a low torque of 0.05 Newton meter. The precise planetary gearbox is perfect for delicate electronics work. As you've seen over the years, I use these screwdrivers pretty much whenever I'm working on a computer. And the Fanttik E1 Max comes with 50 metal bits in 9 categories in a wonderfully convenient magnetic case. And the USB-C rechargeable battery has a pretty huge capacity, 350 milliamp hours. You also see me using the T1 Max cordless soldering iron all the time. It's a great lightweight cordless soldering iron that goes from 390 to 840 degrees Fahrenheit and is super convenient to use on camera. To get 30% off for the New Year's, use code ACTIONE1 for the E1 Max screwdriver and ACTIONT1 for the T1 Max soldering iron. And thanks again to Fanttik for sponsoring today's video. So I backed the Kickstarter for this ages ago, and this is my backer reward for that Kickstarter. Man, this box is really lovely. Now this is, of course, not inexpensive. You know, this is built by MacFX, and like everything MacFX does, it is a labor of love for a retro project. In fact, this is actually Mark's wife right here posing for the box. Now these are available to buy, and I will certainly link them down in the description below, but they are really a showpiece, spare no expense project. All right, we have some instructions here. A little bag with labels and some clips and I think an Apple logo. And my beautiful black injection molded case. Oh. So I backed the Kickstarter for the black case and the keyboard, which is a black mechanical keyboard. And oh my goodness, this looks amazing. How do you come apart? Are there screws in here? No? Okay. Oh yeah, this mechanical keyboard is beefy. It has a powder-coated metal back, RGB lighting, which is controllable via software. Ooh, I kind of wish we could make this wheel black. I wonder if that's something I could 3D print at some point. Of course, I have this set to the lowest possible setting, so we don't rip out any screw standoffs. Oh my goodness, look at this. This looks freaking awesome. Gonna tuck the power cable for the RGB keyboard out of the way so we can close the case. Yeah, those clips need to go right here to hold the handle assembly together. Okay, well, annoyingly, the original screws don't fit in these new clippy things. They're too small and they just come right out. So I'm gonna have to find screws that are gonna fit in this thing. All right, after digging around, I did find screws that fit, and all the rest of the original screws fit just fine into the plastics. And while we're on the bottom here, we have this excellent reproduction sticker we can put on the original Apple IIc. That is, at least in mine, it's injection molded into the case. But here we have this nice sticker. I think it's a very nice touch. Oh yes. And then our wonderful finishing touch, of course, quite a nice reproduction badge. Oh yeah, that looks awesome. I feel like this is what sold me on this black case over the transparent. Just look how cool the rainbow apple looks on a jet black case. So actually the spacebar on mine came kind of mushed down and stuck. So I've taken it off to try to reseat it. I think the stabilizer bar just must have come loose during shipping or something. All right, after much fighting and a little bit of blood, I fixed it. Wow, just look at this thing. It is beautiful. I absolutely love the look of it. Even with the still cream colored disk drive here, I think that actually looks kind of cool, although my friend Javier Rivera has made a 3D printable black bezel for this floppy drive, which I may try out at some point in the future. But yeah, this just looks freaking incredible. The mechanical keyboard looks and sounds awesome. Let's plug this in and configure this RGB keyboard. All right, I've got the stock 2C monitor and stand here. I wonder if anybody's made a 3D printable stand that we can print out in black. All right, first power on. It is alive. Wouldn't you know, someone did indeed create a 3D printable monitor stand, and it came out pretty awesome. Look at that. Oh yeah, we can put the video cable through this convenient little hole, and we'll put the handle down to stand it up at a comfortable typing angle. Yeah, you know, I think this looks pretty freaking cool. Look how nicely the monitor fits on top of this 3D printed stand. I mean, I'm not above painting a monitor to match, but I really don't want to mess up a perfectly good, nice condition 2C monitor. Or maybe I can even like 3D print a new enclosure for this and retain the original enclosure. But for now, I kind of love it. All right, I have the software to control the keyboard backlight on this floppy disk here. Ah, yeah, she works. Yeah, so it's down here, keycolor.bin. And yeah, I can change the configuration, test it, etc. Honestly, I kind of really like the red. All right, so I'm cycling through the different colors. Let's cycle through some presets here. This yellow doesn't look too bad. I have to say that I am a fan of this red turned all the way up like this. Yes. All right. And just how cool is it that this Apple II program can talk to the microcontroller in the keyboard to change things? Copyright 2023 A2heaven.com. Yes. The Apple II community alive and well. Oh man, I am so excited to finally have the backer reward for the Apple IIc Reloaded project, and I am so happy with how this thing looks. And aside from a few little quirks putting it together, which really weren't that big of a deal, it looks so freaking good, and this RGB mechanical keyboard, I mean, it's amazing. And even paired up with this beige monitor, I think it has a very imposing look. For some reason, it's giving me Emperor Palpatine vibes. In any event, that'll do it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more old Apple stuff like this, please subscribe down below. And thank you very much for watching. And I just want to give a very special thank you to all of my Patreon supporters and channel members. Thank you so much, each and every one of you, for supporting me and supporting this channel and all the weird stuff I do. I am so very grateful, and I just could not do this without you.